I don't know if you know this, but on my knee I have et tu Brute, and I have a dagger stabbing through my knee.
Now I know where to stab you to death when the podcast blows up, and I can just take all the money.
In my knee.
Dad?
Who is my daddy, and what does he do?
Dad?
Daddy, chill.
Dad?
This is the Dad Voice.
All right. Hey, this is that Dad Voice podcast. If you
We're warm and we're up.
We are warm and we're up. Yeah, that's we're happy about that. Hey, if you are a dad, if you have ADHD, if you're a dad with ADHD, or if you just like shit that's off the walls, you are at the right place.
All right.
Like I said, this is the Dad Voice podcast. I am Cole.
I'm Phil.
All right. We're doing good stuff today.
I trimmed the last 3 letters off my name just so we would have some more uniformity, too.
Oh, yeah. No,
So
that works out.
I did it for the podcast.
It really does work out because it's both 4 letters and the name tags that come up are symmetrical.
Cost me $15.
It cost you $15?
Change it.
to
Some guy outside the courthouse said he'd do it cheaper. So he just needed my social security number to verify that my name was Philip before.
And your credit card, all that good stuff.
Yeah. You can never be too sure.
No, you can't. Like I said, this is the Dad Voice podcast. We're bringing the mugs back.
Yeah.
They got to come back. They got to come back.
They're definitely full of liquid that we are drinking.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
They're not dirty as shit on the inside.
Right, yeah. I would.
Because we have ADHD and didn't clean them.
That's true, which is probably something that our wives would.
That's one of those things I'll just point out and say, I'm just lazy. And I just chose to not do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be honest with yourself.
No,
I do that. I've started to do that now. Like, you know what? I'm not going to be like, it's a lot of stuff very much is my ADHD, but sometimes you got to be like, no, I'm just being lazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay if you earn it. And your
you-
brain on ADHD makes you feel like you need to earn stuff at
It
a
does.
different rate too.
Dude,
so.
the reward system is crazy, we're going to talk about a lot of that today because we're going to talk about navigating marriage with ADHD. And from our position, we both have spouses that do not have ADHD. I believe Katie doesn't have it, right? Does she have a diagnosis?
No.
She's too direct and just laying the hammer down all the time. Every time that I've interacted with her, I'll order sourdough and she's like, it's on the front porch. Come get it. Don't ring the bell. Don't talk to me. Don't want to know you. Enjoy your bread. I'm like, all right, Katie.
That's my
what I'm
kind of
talking-
woman.
That's what I'm talking about. My wife she's got something going on, but I don't think it's ADHD or autism or anything like that. She's just, maybe I shouldn't say she's got something going on. She's just very her.
It'd be really funny if you just didn't show up to the next podcast taping and I just kept going and I was like, I'm pretty sure she murdered him. There was something going on.
She is an anxious person, but I think that kind of just rolls into, I don't want to say OCD because that is grossly misused all the time.
And very much.
She's not obsessive compulsive, but she does have compulsions and stuff like that. She's also just very much a neat freak, and she is, I don't know the right word for it, but she's like always got to be in her nest. Her nest always has to be comfortable for her. So being married to me.
Yeah, that's like what some of my employees are like, I'm very organized in the morning because of, I'm OCD. I'm like, no, this is the difference between OCD and just, there's also another one called, I can't remember, but it's like OCD where you just need everything neat. But whenever someone's like, I'm doing it because I'm so OCD, I'm like, no, you're being organized because it's going to help you later on. If you were being organized because you thought your whole family was going to die in a fire, if you didn't, that's OCD.
Yeah. Are you afraid that if you misplace
OCD.
a bathroom towel that the entire world will end in nuclear death?
Yeah, the heat death of the universe will happen. That's OCD.
That's right. Which I don't think either of us have. I've never seen you flip the light switches too many times.
I used to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe...
I can't say how I got over it on camera.
Okay.
Because it involves drug use.
So. All right, hell yeah. We don't... For the record, we are both mostly sober.
We keep it on the level now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What is the term? California sober?
Yeah.
And even then, I don't even partake in
I
it.
can anyways, so
Yeah, you can't because you have a driver.
I'm legally not allowed to. I guess a lot of people, most people in our state also aren't legally allowed to.
Right, because, well, they found loopholes.
Yeah.
Because we have a bunch of head shops that are like, we've got weed. And you're like, what's up
Yeah,
with
but
that?
of course, and then you go in and try to call it weed, and they're like, follow protocol!
They're like, it's Delta. You're medicated. I'm
Yeah.
medicated. So we do take that kind of drugs, prescription drugs. You know, we were brainstorming ideas because I think that we're trying to lean into what we know best, which is ADHD, parenting, and being kind of mid at all of it.
Yeah,
you
being
know?
mid at everything.
Yeah.
It's the modern, that's the modern phrase for jack of all trades, master of none. It's just
Mid.
mid of all mids. Mid.
I did show you, I mean, I don't think that this was earth shattering for you, but it was like visualized for you. I showed you the ADHD Iceberg.
Yeah.
So we'll touch on some of that stuff.
Reminds you of some things that you forgot you deal with.
It does, yeah.
Like
but,
all of them.
Yeah. Literally all of these things.
Like the entire bottom of the iceberg.
So, and I'll put the ADHD Iceberg up here in the middle. It's usually like, I think it falls right here between our heads. We'll hit that first, then we'll get into the relationships, because I had you ask your wife and I asked my wife a few things about what, like, in what ways does ADHD impact our marriage. So we'll hit on that too. But for everyone who can see the image, I don't really have to explain it, but I am going to explain it for the listeners. At the top, it says what people think ADHD is, and then it's just like the tip of the iceberg, and it says trouble focusing and fidgeting. And then there's the line, and it's the bottom of the iceberg, the part that sinks the boat.
I would also call that line the squirrel line, because what a lot of people see above that line is the whole like
Squirrel
comedy trope, like, oh, that guy's got ADHD, so he probably is like, huh, squirrel.
Yeah, the
Like,
squirrel line.
Oh, he saw a squirrel. Look, he's not focused now. No,
Right.
it's. I mean, yeah, I do get distracted by squirrels actually, but
Yeah. I mean,
that's because I'm always on the lookout for predators. Come on,
that's true. Yes. Yes. And squirrels are predators
to something.
to nuts. D's nuts. Got 'em. God, we're such millennials.
Stop sexualizing squirrels and get back on topic.
My bad. All right, let's do this. So at the bottom of the squirrel line, we have what ADHD actually is. And then it's like just a variation of things. I'll read a few. I'm not going to read all of these because we'll probably hit on some of them. But like financial problems, sensory processing disorder. One that I'm really bad at, and I think people see it a lot, is trouble recalling commonly used words. I will sit there and I'll go, the person that I know, that everyone knows, I've watched this movie a million times, I know this actor, or this thing, this word for this thing, and then I'll just get pissed off because I won't remember it. It's such a problem for me.
My wife have this very long running trope of we couldn't remember who Jason Bateman was like 12 years ago, whatever, the beginning of our relationship. And I still will see him pop up on screen, and that moment comes for me and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I know you.
Yeah,
You
son of a bitch.
You're back.
You almost
I
ruined
see
my
you,
marriage.
Guy with face. What is your name? Your face looks like a lot of other faces.
I do the same thing. Just like all the time I'll see someone and I'm like, oh, I know this person. Or my wife hates it. I guess we're getting into it already. My wife hates it when I do this. I am a Googler or an IMDb'er now because I put the app on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
But she gets so upset because I will look someone up that's in a TV show and she thinks I'm like looking for spoilers for what's going on in the TV show. And I'm like, no, I just know where this person, I've seen this person before. Where have I seen them?
Yeah.
And then I'll find out and then I'll be able to watch and enjoy the show again. Until I figure it out, I can't do it.
It's also dangerous because you can go down a rabbit hole on IMDb.
Dude, it's
of
so crazy.
Seeing like, oh, they voiced a character in Skyrim. Wow, I didn't. That one old guy that does all those voices,
Dude,
he pops up everywhere.
It's crazy how you'll be like going through, especially voice actors, and you'll be like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
they're in everything.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
And Nymphomaniac. What a wide career range.
Looks like he did a stint on Nickelodeon for a while.
Yeah.
There's some background voices in SpongeBob. This is crazy. So that's definitely one thing. And that's not really like, it doesn't impact my marriage. My wife and I, a lot of our together time is spent catching up on TV shows or movies that we want to watch or haven't seen yet. Some other big ones that we're definitely going to hit on, I'll just hit those, and then we can actually save this iceberg and use it to come back to in different episodes. Rejection sensitive dysphoria. And that
Big
is
time.
something that not a lot of people are aware of. And I've given people that term, and their reaction almost every time is, I didn't
Shut
know
up,
there
pussy.
was...
That's what you perceive the reaction will be every time.
Yes. But people who have experienced it go, I didn't know there was a word for that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
Like
know...
me, you taught me.
Yeah, you have
Somehow.
a psychology
Yeah, I know.
degree. It's fine. All right. It's cool. Yeah. I think I
Oh,
taught...
come on, I have ADHD.
Yeah, fair. You probably
You expect me
forgot
to
that
remember any
information.
of that shit?
Difficulty switching tasks or inability to stick to one. That's definitely going to come up today. Losing items relentlessly. I mean, that doesn't really impact my marriage too bad, but we'll get into it.
I have my special spots for things.
Yes.
And if they get moved from those special spots, I freak out.
Exactly. I have...
Not freak out. I don't abuse my family, but I'm just like, where?
Pull
Where
out-
is it?
Pull out the gun. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It not in special spot.
Where's my special paperclip?
I can't leave the house without it. I have to trade it up until I eventually get a Cybertruck.
Dude, we should do that as a podcast and see if we can get ourselves a studio.
We would end up just getting shot on a seedy street somewhere trying to trade someone on Craigslist.
That would be wild.
All we would get is like a local news story that was 15 seconds long, and that's it. Podcast is over.
Two idiot amateur podcasters murdered on
Killed outside
viral trade trend.
Killed outside of a warehouse in Guilford County.
Killed outside of a Pleasant Mart in Shelby, North Carolina.
Bobcats eating our bodies.
Oh man. But no, I think one thing that definitely drives my wife crazy is if I wear something for a short period of time, I'll shower right after the gym in the morning, and then I'll put on some clothes, and then I get a phone call and they say, hey, you got to go into the office. Well, I can't be in the office without business casual. So I have to go throw on my shirt, my khakis or whatever. And then I will just drop the clothes that I was wearing on the bed. Because when I get back home...
Those are going back on.
Yeah, they're coming back on. But she will either have understood that's what I was doing and move them and like fold them and put them back up. Or she'll take them and put them in the laundry. And I'll go up and I'll be like, where the fuck are my clothes?
They were warm.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that.
Baby needs his warm clothes.
Also, like, things in the pantry. Where is my special protein bar? It's supposed to be right here. And she's like, oh, I moved them here into this corner so everything's nice and organized. I'm like, why would you do that?
That's where I keep the secret Ruger.
And the Ruger comes out. Where is it?
You put the Ruger in the cereal spot.
Yeah, so I definitely deal with that a lot. Executive dysfunction, I think we both definitely can talk about that for a while. Choice paralysis, which I'll hit on in a few. God damn, I will end up going through...
That's a trap. That's a trap. Having ADHD and trying to go through this iceberg,
Yeah, so...
it will screw you. It's a trap.
Difficulty maintaining relationships. I do want to hit on that one. If there's any that you want to touch on, read through that and let me know if you notice any that stick out.
So I have a poor sense of time.
Yeah.
But I've so overcompensated for it throughout my life that I'm always early to everything. And
Yeah.
I'm annoying as hell getting people ready to try and go.
Yeah. So I am very much the same way when it comes to very important things. But when it's like something that I kind of don't really care about doing, then I lose it. If I fall off hard on that part. But I will say that, my wife is very much take your time, get out the door when you can. If she has a deadline, she's on top of it, but she's not the type to like rush you. Like, let's go. We got to go. I am actually that way. And what I'll do is I'm very much the dad / husband that's like, she's running around getting ready. I'm helping her get the kids ready, but I'm still in my pajamas or whatever. And then we're getting down to the the 11th hour and we got 5 minutes left, and she's like, I'm completely ready. What? You're not even ready. And I'm like, yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, you threw
And
my
then-
warm clothes in the wash. Where are they?
And then I just, within seconds, I'm ready to go. Like, I just swap pants,
Yeah.
run a little water through my hair so the gel that I haven't washed out or the pomade is still in there. And then I'm like, all right, let's go do this thing that I didn't want to do. Now, if it's something I do want to do, we went to see
Sal Vulcano.
Sal Vulcano and the other night, and it was like our first us time in quite a while. And so I was excited to go have an evening with her, and we were both excited about that. And it was a fun night. And so I went and spent some time cleaning myself up. I didn't like dress up, but like I just made sure I didn't stink. I made sure I was like, had my nice cologne on, made sure that like I didn't have any shit in my teeth. I brushed my teeth, which I do that regularly, but like, you know what I mean? Like you just find like extra brushing and I
Just in case Sal Vulcano wants to kiss you.
yeah, just in case he wants a big smooch. And then I immediately went and got a pretzel with cheese dip as soon as I got to there. So it would have been horrible for him if he would have kissed me. But I was waiting.
Y'all could have split it and done the Lady and the Tramp thing.
Yeah, me and Sal just splitting the pretzel.
But it's like twisted like a pretzel, so you got to go all around.
But yeah, so for that, I was ready to go. Like I was ready to go with 20 minutes left. And so it's just about really, for me, the level of excitement.
I'm always ready with 5 hours left, and I'm just left sitting there thinking about the fact that I'm ready and I have all this time until I have to go out.
And now
that's making me anxious.
I've done that before.
Maybe
too.
I should just start procrastinating it till the end.
Especially for like interviews and shit. I'll get early, get ready super early. And then
Oh, dude, yeah, they definitely see me outside in the car looking through the window. They're like, "Is that guy headbanging and crying?" And like, he's going through every range of emotions.
yeah,
Like, damn it, why did I clean my windshield right before I came here?
I start to get worried that I've gotten ready too early, and now I'm gonna start looking like shit. Like the pomade's
It's dissolving.
Yeah, like my shirt's gonna get a little more wrinkly because I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, you're slowly getting pulled apart by the universe. You're like, man, I had it together.
and now here I am. So I can't do it too early because then I'll just start to think. That is definitely the way to counter that poor sense of time. I think that one of the biggest issues that I face in our marriage is RSD. Let me pull up the textbook definition, and then if that doesn't really give us...
Man, if that doesn't drive viewership, I don't know what will
Yeah.
at this point. Unbelievable.
This is actually a great
Oh, yeah.
definition, so that's good. So it's defined as intense, unbearable emotional or physical pain caused by perceived or actual rejection, criticism, or failure. Now, sounds very intense.
It is.
When it says physical, my chest gets tight. Maybe it might be worse for other people. Emotionally, though, the shit sticks with you for forever.
Yeah.
Like, I still will lie awake at night and think about a stupid thing I said in a group of people fucking 20 years ago when I was a middle schooler. And those people don't even remember who I am. But I'm like, I should have not, I shouldn't be alive. That was the worst thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
And it was just like I made a joke and no one laughed.
A lot of it is like you're taking something personally because you're like, well, I spend my whole life like doing this extra work to make up for having ADHD and stuff. Like, how come I'm not good enough? Like, dude, I work so hard on keeping myself together and I'm not good enough for, hanging out with this activity or whatever. And you take it personally and you're like, well, God, I work hard on myself. I must not be good enough. That work went to waste.
And I've spent so much of my life like worried about what other people think. I really have, like, and it
Me too. Makes a whole podcast.
Makes a whole podcast just to tell people that what they think about me is wrong. It has been perceived as ego on my, and I will be the first to admit, when I was doing the damn thing in hardcore and booking shows, playing in bands that were filling up rooms and stuff, I did have an ego. I was a bit arrogant, but it was all because I was leaning into this idea that I don't have to worry about being rejected because I'm the top dog. Like everybody loves me, and that's the way I want this to stay. Turns out that being a dickhead is not the way to keep that love. So I learned a hard lesson.
That'll increase your rejection.
Yeah, it will. In marriage, it's a different fucking game. Like it really is, because like that's your best friend. I assume that you and your wife have the same dynamic. It's weird to me when couples don't. Somebody asks them, "Hey, who's your best friend?" And they go, "Oh, the girl I've grown up with." I get that that's your like best non-married friend, sure, but like your best friend should be the person you're married.
Oh, me
to.
and the wife keep it strictly professional.
We have separate bedrooms. We fornicate.
We have a Slack
month.
chat that we just talk in.
All right, production's a
I
little
saw
bit
her a
low.
couple days ago when she was leaving for work. What? She lost her job a couple weeks ago? Oh. Then where's she going?
Yeah. Who's she going to move in with? No, it is weird to me, though. Even back when marriage was a more political or like a tool for bargaining and shit like that, where it wasn't an emotional attachment that led to a lifelong relationship, you would end up being really close with the people that you married. Either that or they'd murder you and get away with it, especially if they were a king or queen. But now, like, you get to pick, and that person ends up being your best friend. And I think that's why when relationships end, because sometimes you're not meant to be married to your best friend, but when relationships end, marriages end, it hurts that much more because it is your best friend. And you're like, well, what the fuck? Like, that's my whole life. That's the one person I know better than anyone. And they know me. And it's scary that I let someone do that and now they're gone.
Sorry, I just got really distracted because I like how you were like, you know, when a king or queen could kill somebody, and I'm just picturing some queen in the 1800s ordering someone's execution, and everyone in the crowd is like, yes, girl boss power.
Yes, queen.
Gotta keep it even.
Literally, yes, queen, okay?
Women can execute people too.
Who was the one that beheaded like all of her? Was it Victoria? It was one of the Victorias?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
There was a lot of them named Victoria, I feel like.
They all, it's a whole, like, multiple lineages of just 4 names.
Yeah, thinking of names is hard. They're all just reboots of each other.
Exactly. Elizabeth and Victoria for the girls, and what is it?
William and George. I just started naming like the Beatles and shit.
James, George, and yeah, that's it. It's all. And the British say they have no variety. Anyways, rejection sensitive dysphoria. Hey, that was ADHD.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah. I had to do it.
But well, that's what this whole thing is going to be. If you guys can't hang, I hate to tell you, we're going to do this a lot. But
we're not cosplaying the ADHD thing.
No, this shit is super
unfortunately.
Real. RSD, what it would, just so people can kind of also understand what it looks like, because that definition might be like, oh, I kind of know what they're talking about, but it might not resonate the way that allows them to really like relate to it. But like, so my wife and I were having a conversation, and I'll be like picking or something, because I'm a picker. I'm a lip chewer and I'm a picker, and I pick at my fingernails a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And
the hangnails, the side parts.
Yeah. And so I'll pick or something, and she'll be like, God, can you not do that? I hate when you do that.
You want to bite?
Yeah. Normally I could be like,
come on, help me. It's not going to bite itself.
If we're having a conversation where there's a little tension, and then she says that, I'll immediately shut down and be like, okay. And I'll stop doing it. And then now I'm just waiting for this to end. And like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. And it burns me more. She didn't mean anything by it. She just meant, hey, can you stop doing that? Like, you know that it's a problem for me. I don't like the sound or whatever fucking reason. I take it as she fucking hates me.
She's like, why did I procreate you with you, you annoying troglodyte?
Yeah, that's exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you caveman, giving into your base feelings, biting your fingernails and stuff? Just shut the fuck up and get out of my house.
And that's how it sounds.
And I now have your job too, and I don't need you. I'm a cybersecurity expert now. Get the fuck out of my house.
First off, I never claimed to be an expert, and I need to be very clear about that. I am still learning.
Cybersecurity amateur.
Okay.
Don't want to hurt your job prospects.
What's
between?
There's a middle ground. knowledgeable in cybersecurity, I guess. Fuck. So yeah, I mean, do you get the RSD in your marriage?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
I feel Katie is such a bold woman. Lauren is bold with me. She's just not bold with anyone else. But Katie is like, I almost had it. I almost got it from Katie the first time we met, but then I realized, like, as I continued the conversation, that she didn't mean it that way, and there was no tension around it. But like the first time we met, she was like, "Are you medicated?" And I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "It's not working." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, calls it like she sees it.
But
That's just locker room talk.
at the same time, as long as it's not shrouded in a previously existing tension or a feeling that
She just always
of
hated you from a
exclusion.
distance.
Yeah. If it's not surrounded by a feeling of potential exclusion, anyways, like you're not in a group and then you haven't been speaking, the one thing you say, people are like, okay, shut up. And then you're like, great, they all want me to die, so I'm going to go fucking drive off a cliff.
Time to finally fulfill their wishes, I guess.
And that's what RSD looks like. And again, that shit will stay with you. Like, there's shit that I have said, and I guarantee you these people are like, oh, he's still alive? If they found out that I would, like...
Dude, in high school, I had asked this girl, I think in like 9th grade, to one of the dances, like homecoming or something, and she thought it was a joke. And so, like, I just thought we were planning to go to this dance for a while, and then she was like, oh, I thought you were joking. Dude, I still get sick to my fucking stomach.
Dude.
Every day.
In 3rd grade, no.
I would have been a
wasn't
normal person and CEO of a company or something if that didn't happen, dude. That was my Joker moment. I was like, oh my God.
It was 8th grade, and luckily, it wasn't, I don't know why I said 3rd grade. It was 8th grade, and luckily, just after this happened, like a month later, and everybody probably thinks I left because of this, but like a month later, we moved to North Carolina.
You're like, Mom, we gotta move.
We lived in Georgia for a little bit, and I was at this school, and I'm not gonna dox the girl, but there's a girl I liked. Her mom was like a teacher at the school. She was, I don't even really recall her face that well, but I assume she was pretty because I've always had a penchant for girls that are way out of my league. You can look at my wife and tell. I liked her, and I fucked up, and I told this kid that I thought was my friend that I liked her, and he, I guess, also liked her, and he was like such a prick, and he wrote a note, made it look like it was from me, and dropped it in her seat. And the guy that she liked and that liked her, he was some chat, his name was actually, I'm going to not say his name, I'm going to take that from the top, but the dude that she liked and he liked her, he came over to me and goes, hey, did you write this note? And I look at the note and I was like, no, I didn't. And then I look over and they're all like pointing and laughing at me. And I went up, I noticed whose handwriting it was. And I went up to the dude and I said, did you put that note in her chair? And he goes, no, what are you talking about? I go, it really looks like your handwriting. He goes, that's your handwriting. And I go, are you trying to tell me that I wrote a note that I didn't write?
You're being gaslit by 8th graders.
Yeah. So that one still sticks to me, like where they were like, she sent her.
We gonna take a podcast trip and go confront this guy,
dude. I'm pretty sure he's. I
just want to talk.
I feel like I caught up with him on Facebook a while back, and he's like married and shit now. Not to her, like it's fine.
Doesn't excuse anything.
Someone told me she's gay, so that works out for her. Congratulations. I'm glad you found yourself.
She probably saw y'all doing that and was like,
men are
y'all are dumb as shit. Y'all don't even know I'm gay.
I'm done with men.
Fucking morons.
Yeah. But that shit, like, obviously I could tell you all the details because it haunts the fuck out of me. So RSD in relationships in general, but the ones, I don't know, the ones with your wife hit a little bit harder because you're like, hey, you're supposed to be my best friend.
It's the whole et tu, brute.
Yeah.
You're like, you too?
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but on my knee I have et tu brute, and I have a dagger stabbing through my knee.
Now I know where to stab you to death when the podcast blows up, and I can just take all the money.
In my knee. That
would be beautiful. I'd be like, Cole, I've been thinking of this joke for a long time.
Oh, man. So, RSD is a very common thing to deal with. I think we all kind of deal with it. RSD in marriage, we talked about that, and I think we've hit on that extensively. This is going to be a two-parter. Didn't realize it when we first started.
That's because we have ADHD.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and hit on a couple more points on this. We'll call it, and we'll pick this back up.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
wearing different clothes for part 2. That's a good idea.
Yeah. By the way, middle of the road thought here, but if any of this resonates with you, comment down below. And if you guys want to hear us talk about a certain aspect of how we manage relationships with ADHD or anything like that, you can actually submit dadvice. You can email us at thedadvoicepod@gmail.com and put in the subject line dadvice. And
we'll answer it and we'll address it. We won't pull the ADHD card.
Yeah, no.
We take this seriously.
We live for those.
We hyper focus on this podcast.
This is the only thing that we're consistent with.
This is the only vehicle and method that my loved ones hear from me. Now. That's how hyper focused.
This is how we let the rest of the world know that we're alive. But also, if you want to remain anonymous and you still want to ask about something, like if you,
I have relatives that are like, I don't care about your thoughts on the new show Neighbors. I want to know if you got our Christmas card.
Yes, we did get the Christmas
catch up on the pod. I can't. I'm busy.
If you want us to talk about it, if you want to know our thoughts on something, Dadvice is something we do, and I'll probably remind everyone at the end of the episode as well. But
one thing about we can get into the poor sense of time loss and all that is planning and scheduling. And because there was sometimes during the summer where we would have cookouts and stuff at our house, and I would just be like, babe, I feel like we're doing something every weekend. But then you go and look at the calendar itself, and it's just 2 weekends have something going on. But in your head, you feel like everything's happening all at once. And you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to be free again. Even though you're sitting there on your phone free at that moment.
I've noticed that tends to happen when you're busy at work. It's because work is stealing all your time.
Yeah.
The grind is stealing all of your time. And so now when you feel like you have that time to yourself on the weekends, it feels like every minute of it is being committed to something. I don't like to do a bunch of shit on the weekends. That's my time to decompress, relax. I'm pulling the full-time dad, full-time job, work from home all week.
Yeah.
And then also on top of that, I'm doing this because I really want this to work out. So the weekends, I have to spend time doing this, of course, but this is, I also enjoy this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually enjoy doing this. So it's
but then you throw on
and that's plans. What you got to do when you have ADHD too, is find something you enjoy.
Oh, trust me.
It's the only way you're going to be successful at something. I mean, that sounds very harsh in general, but it's the truth.
No,
if you're not passionate about something and you have ADHD, you're not gonna stick with it.
We did a whole episode on jobs, which I think we'll probably need to redo because I think we're better.
I've had 10 more jobs since then.
Yeah, we're better at this, and we have a better idea of how to talk about it. But it really does having that interest definitely helps with being able to maintain a job, because that's one of the things on the iceberg is chronic unemployment, I think is what they say.
Yeah.
I've never been chronically unemployed, but I have rotated jobs so much because I just even now I've reached year 3 with my company, and I'm just kind of looking at it going,
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Especially for our generation standards too.
Yeah.
Where, people are trying to flip their resumes every couple of years to flip for a higher paying position. But
I look at the situation that I'm in, and I'm kind of like, man, might be time to look again. But I think the other thing keeping me grounded is, as unrealistic as anyone else might think this is, I genuinely think that we could turn this into something. So that's my focus is making this a job.
And that's one of those things where if you have that dangling hope of a big reward, it keeps you going too.
Yeah. And I feel like I always talk about
you don't want to get delusional, of course, but if you, we do, if you want to see what hyper focus looks like, watch our first episode and our second episode and actually just watch all of our episodes, and you'll see what like hyper focus looks like. Because
And we-
if you watch the first episode,
Whew. I'm gonna private
that was very much just two dudes shooting the shit.
Yeah, and just trying something. And then we figured out we liked it. So we did another episode. And then we were like, okay, this might be something. So then
And
we
now
started...
I'm kicking in the door and being like, dude, our casual viewer rate percentage went up by 0.1% today.
Hey, it doubled over the last month. So we're
Yeah,
doing
that's
something
pretty
impressive.
impressive. I gotta
Yeah.
have someone tell me what the special number is for that rate, but that's good.
Yeah. And it's funny because I like every episode we talk about like when we pop off, and it's more of like just maintaining that mindset. Like when this, we do joke about it a lot. We say like, honest to God, like if I could get this podcast to pay me what I make doing cybersecurity, I would be so fucking happy. Mm-hmm. I would be so happy. And when I say pay me, I mean like after all expenses and everything, I'm still making what I make after taxes on a paycheck for cybersecurity. Like if I could be at that point, I would be so fucking content. Because then I know, and I think the thing that makes this most interesting about us is it's a revolving door. Like this week we're talking about relationships, and next week we'll be on a different aspect of relationships, but it's never going to be so monotonous that we're like, dude, this is just boring.
Yeah.
Because if that was going to happen, it probably would have happened already.
Yeah.
That being said, and you were talking about time loss, so I'll pull it back, but like I do lose time a lot just in general, but I think that also loans to that panic of I'm losing all of my time to these events. And it's like, yeah, there's only actually two things on the end, and there's supposed to be enjoyable things like a cookout and having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And like last year we didn't get to make it because it was my dad's birthday, I think. The same day as your Father's Day cookout. But like this year, I'd like to do something as the dad voice around that, where everybody dresses like a dad.
Father's Day will be a big time for us.
It will be. It'll be our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on, but I like stuff like that sounds fun, and having that on the calendar would not feel
that wouldn't feel like an undue burden.
As like, oh, we've got to go visit family. I know that sounds fucked.
What the hell does family have to do with me grinding?
Right. I don't know. It just
where's the value there? Where's the value proposition, babe?
By the way, I get to my family's house.
We're not seeing your family.
And I have a blast. I love hanging out with the family. We have great dinner. We have a good conversation. It's fun. We catch up. But it's just like, honestly, and I always end up just diminishing it down to the drive. Like I will chip away at the whole event until I've narrowed it down to why I don't want to go, and it's the drive. And my family lives an hour away from me, so it's an hour one way, and then I know I got to drive an hour back after I've eaten a bunch of food. And like hung out, and of course my family would always be like, "You guys can stay here if you want," and I'm like, "No, like I gotta sleep in my own
bed." It's an hour.
bed.
You're like, "No, it's just in that perfectly in between." Too far and not too far. I'll just fucking do it.
Right.
Just let me leave.
I gotta go. But I
thought I would be home by 7:06 tonight. If it's 7:08, so help me God.
Well, that's another thing is like...
It's like, what the hell were you going to do in those 2 minutes?
Right.
That's what I have to tell myself. What were you going to do in those 2 minutes that's got you so pissed off? Like,
when we get to hang out, especially with my family, when we get to hanging out with them, towards the end of the night, I never want to go. We do that Midwest goodbye thing that we talked about a couple episodes
classic
back.
yapper behavior.
Right, where you're just like, okay, we're going to get out of here. You stand up, and then you have another hour of conversation. My wife rapidly declines in the evening.
That's how I do too.
She is like, as soon as she gets tired, shut it the fuck down. We're done. No more happy, no more talking. She gets an attitude, and
that happens to me too. It's like the part of your brain that's fueling all the it's social battery thing.
Yeah.
It's like my acting and stuff. I don't have the energy to do it anymore. And then all of a sudden it's just like, what the hell is wrong with him? And I'm not mad, but I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah. And my wife is super quiet around my family anyway. She hardly ever talks unless she's spoken to. She just kind of hangs out.
Good wife.
She just
Good.
kind
I
of.
see she follows the Bible.
She might start talking
didn't know
more
you-
just to fight that. But she's just a quiet, reserved person, even in most social scenarios. Like, that's why when we
Yeah,
were
well, I
talking.
mean, you carry the conversation for both of y'all. I think.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I don't ever shut the fuck up. Which is another aspect of ADHD that impacts
This is another
relationships.
good reason to have a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like,
Honestly, I have
bro,
noticed,
not shutting the fuck up is my hobby.
Yeah, I have noticed that I am slightly more capable of shutting the fuck up lately.
That's good because you get it all out.
I get it all out here. Only on the days we do the podcast. So the rest of the
Purge
week, it's
sessions.
fucking, these poor people are just
Yeah.
getting hammered. There's one dude that I know, he's part of our new team at work that's both companies combined. And every time I could just hear him like bracing himself for a conversation with me because I don't know how to end a fucking conversation.
The fact that you know he's bracing himself too is
And I like,
poor guy.
But I always tell people, I'm like, dude, listen, I'm a yapper. I was like, as long as you're not rude about it, if you just tell me we got to stop the conversation, I get it. Like, I'll keep going because
That's why
I
I'm gonna start just doing this, and then just walk away.
I don't know how to end the conversation. Okay, be like, all right, yeah. Well, hey, you take it easy there, and they'll be like, yeah, you have a good one. I'll be like, yeah, man, you too. Listen, if you need anything,
By the way,
yeah. By the way, if you need anything, you just let me know. And that reminds me. And then they'll be like, all right, I gotta go.
I noticed you were wearing Columbia Performance Fishing Gear boots or shoes. Can I tell you about how my dad used to take me fly fishing?
I don't know shit
quick.
about what you just said, but I believe you. And it's wild though, because in other meetings where I don't really like one-on-ones, I'm a very much yapper, but in other meetings, I don't want to talk at all
Because you don't give a shit about what's being talked about.
that, but also I feel the need to say more than is necessary every time I'm called on to speak.
Yeah.
So I'll be like trying to fill silence. And I don't know.
You gotta lay it all out on the court.
I don't know if you've ever sat in a conversation with dudes in IT. They're not big talkers. So
You're like the king IT guy.
I'm just like freaking out trying to fill silence. I'm like, oh fuck. They're quiet because they hate what I'm saying. What can I say to make this better? Like, oh fuck.
I gotta change my routine.
And I also do that in marriage. So there we go. But yeah, another thing. Let's see. What are the points? Let's get to one more point before
Yeah, I
we
was gonna
burn
say,
this
this
shit
is-
down. One more thing we'll hit on our list because I want to get through at least I think what is going to be half of our list.
ADHD was also thinking that we could do like most of the iceberg
Yeah.
in one morning.
When I broke down in my head, I was like, yeah, we can just gently touch on all these. And there are.
Bro, you don't gently touch shit.
Yeah, there are a lot of the iceberg points that are kind of falling in to other points that we're making. There are. Like, I'd say
Yeah.
we've covered poor sense of time. We covered recalling commonly used words. Emotional regulation kind of falls into all those things. RSD, losing items. We hit a bunch of this stuff. Things I do want to hit on next time are going to be like choice paralysis, big time,
Yeah.
financial problems. I suck at money.
Me too.
Difficulty maintaining relationships, and I don't think that means what people think it means. Actually, can we, instead of doing irritable when
That's fine.
overstimulated, can we go to that?
This feels
Because
juicier.
That's more related to relationships. But difficulty maintaining relationships, like I have been a chronic, long-term relationship guy. I maybe between my wife and the girl I dated before, I just kind of dated around and messed around with a girl or two, but I have never been someone who's just like, yeah, I'm cool with doing this for a couple of days. Or that's why I don't think when my wife gets sick of me, I don't know if I'll be able to get back out into the dating road because I don't know if I'll be good at Tinder.
Good, you'll have more time for the podcast.
That's right, dude. You think
Get
I
into the
won't?
dungeon and get to work.
That's right. I think what it means when it says difficulty maintaining relationships is like a normal person, if they don't talk to you for 6 months and then you just reach back out to them randomly or something makes you guys come together for a normal neurotypical person that's like, dude, does this guy even like me anymore? Like, what the fuck is this? And maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I've heard other people say this, but for an ADHD person, you can come back in a year, 2 years later, and act like you have lost zero time.
Yeah.
No time at all has been lost. And that, I think, makes it difficult to maintain relationships because it plays into that poor sense of time.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how much time has actually been lost between the last time you interacted with this person. And in your head, things are exactly the way they were.
Yeah, in your
before.
head, they've been spending time with you and hanging out with you. You
Right.
don't have to catch them up on anything.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, a lot of time passed.
Yeah. I just caught up with someone who I hadn't spoken to in about 5 years. And he was like, hey, what are you doing now? And I was like, I finished school, got my degree. And he's like, you went to school? I was like, holy shit, you didn't even know I went back to school? Like that, I haven't talked to you in a while. I told him, I've got a second kid. And he was like, what? I was like,
You had a first kid?
well, Luca's 8, so I
Yeah.
know he definitely knew when Luca was born. But that's another thing, talking about strictly, those kids will steal that time away. I think people get it more when they realize, oh, you've got kids now.
Yeah.
With the one thing that drives me crazy is I don't expect anybody that doesn't want kids or doesn't have kids to bend over backwards and cater to me. That's not everybody wants kids. Not everybody even likes to be around kids. And I don't think anybody should have to bend over backwards to accommodate someone with kids. However, you being a bitch about it, like me saying, oh, I don't have time to do this because I have kids. And they're like, that's what you get for having kids. Yeah,
Should have pulled out.
I love my kids. Like,
Yeah,
go
like,
fuck yourself.
Hey, sorry I love my child, bro. Like,
Yeah. And
sorry I don't want to go play laser tag.
yeah,
Like, it's-
as a 33-year-old fucking
I'm like,
man.
I do love doing that, but not right now.
Yeah, also, I'd
Right
be
now I
out
have
of
the time
breath.
for it. Like, because there's sometimes where I do genuinely have a little bit of just free time.
But,
and I
like-
don't do anything in that time because I know that most of my other free time is occupied by being very hands-on watching my child. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to take this time.
And even then, like, my hobbies now are so different. Like, I never understood it as a kid, and I don't know how we got here, but like my hobbies now, my favorite activities are going to shoot at the range, golf, or like just going and doing like a very casual hangout somewhere. If the kids are involved, like maybe going to an arcade and just hanging out while they like burn it down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The shooting and the golf, those are definitely very, like, predictable things.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I know what I'm getting,
Yeah.
and I go do this.
And
Not a lot of thinking put into it because I already do it often.
they're so fun. Like it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's just, I can't watch golf. I can't watch golf for shit. I'm like, dude, I'd rather watch paint dry probably, but shooting and playing golf, great.
Doing both at the same time, even more fun.
Yeah. Shooting golf balls
Yeah.
into the holes. Yeah. That could be a sport. I think we just invented something, but yeah,
The most dangerous spectator sport in history.
it's just a course lined with bulletproof
Yeah.
glass. The people have to stand behind
People
it.
are banging on it like a hockey rink.
A streaker gets murdered. Like he's running across and you just a fucking Titleist goes right through his fucking neck. Oh, on that note, I think we've kind of started to drift off.
On that note, we were self-aware about the fact that we are drifting.
Yeah.
It's time to cut it. We're making a part 2 because we care.
Yeah, we are going to do a part 2 on
We're being
this,
more buttoned up and professional now.
which I love. I love that we were able to make that call mid-swing, so that's nice. But one thing I know that we started like the dad interests and dad gripes on the main episodes here. I think we're going to shift those over because I kind of want to make that more of like a series thing where we just kind of pick a couple of our dad interests because we both have so many and talk about that. So that'll go to the dad blast. So if you want to hear us talk about some nerd shit we like and, how that plays into our ADHD.
Oh,
and
it
stuff
sounds like
that.
we're honing in a little bit.
We are.
Niching down a little bit.
Niching down a little bit. Yeah, we needed
finding our legs. Wow.
We needed a harder focus if we're going to be this ADHD.
Who knew living with ADHD all your life that if you actually work at something, you can get results?
Yeah. So that's probably going to be the new layout. Listen, if you're here at the end, like you obviously are down.
Don't
for
have
what
ADHD.
I don't know. We're all over the place. So
if you're here at the end, it has been so awesome accidentally being on your TV watching you cook dinner.
But if you have made it this far and you're new, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like, keep up with us.
Please do. Those help our little ADHD reward pathway so much.
It does, but it also allows you to get notifications when we post new content. So if you're vibing with us, you'll know more about it.
We can vibe together. Let's get a little motion.
We're also on all major podcast platforms. If you're a listener, make sure to download our episodes. That definitely helps us. We're almost at 1,000 downloads, which is cool. Apparently, the rules have changed now, so we won't monetize until we're 1,000 downloads per episode.
That's all right. I actually prefer that.
Yeah.
And also, as someone with ADHD, I actually prefer that we did not just have viral videos to start.
Yeah.
And we did learn how to work consistently because
as soon as we get a viral one, we're gonna chase that forever.
Chasing the dragon.
So, anyways, we're just doing this for the love of the game, really, but we do want to make this into something. So any kind of engagement helps us. Comment down below. Let us know what things that you deal with in your interpersonal relationships, not just marriage. But
what does that look like for you?
Yeah, how does
even
it
if you're
look
not
for
a
you?
dad, even if you're not married,
this
podcast is for everybody.
It really is.
We just happen to have a hyper focused lens.
Yeah, we
which is really
appeal to-
probably not that hyper focused, but because there's probably like 30 million other dads with ADHD at least. Probably more like 300 million.
I would say at least the population of America globally. Yeah.
Okay, so that's our audience we're shooting for.
We're shooting
that many
for
subscribers.
every
300
single
million subscribers.
American.
I'm a fucking American, you stupid fuck.
How many does Mr. Beast have?
A lot. I don't even know.
468 million subscribers.
That's insane.
He's got more subscribers than there are people in America.
That's insane.
So look at it. Yeah, like he is so dialed in.
He's locked in.
We're going to do an episode about how geeky we are about this. Anyways, listen, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you for part 2. Like I said, if you like what we're doing, if you like what's going on, make sure to keep up with us. You can follow us on all of our socials at the Dad Voice Pod on everything. And we'll see you guys next time.
Takes one click of a button to make these boys happy.
That's right. We're going to be happy, happy boys. All right. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
guys next time.
Not my dad.